I greet you folks one more time. Welcome to Homo Politicus on Enterprise TV. The big idea is to enhance your viewing just so you know. Essentially, what we do is mold opinion and allow you to have your say. Today, the Fouani brothers rescue. Lagos police on top of its game. Now, let's dig deep to build the kind of police that our fatherland deserves. We do need a revolution of the police here in Nigeria because we can. The Lagos State Police Command says its operatives have rescued the 3 abducted Fouani brothers, Abbas, Yusuf, and Amtai. The 3 hapless siblings, who are specialist electronics distributors, were returning from their factories by boat and heading home when they were seized by devil-may-care kidnappers. The Marine Police, we are told, were assisted by the Navy to effect the rescue. You know, kidnapping, it must be stated, has become one of the main security threats in the Nigerian state today. Ransom-induced kidnapping cases in Nigeria have overtaken global hotspots such as Colombia, Mexico, and Brazil. Kidnapping appears to be the new deal for criminals. The seeming inability of security chaps to deal with it heightens the stakes. Are we doomed? Let's have a conversation. My conversationalists, as always, are 2 gentlemen who know the subject matter. So in no particular order, let's meet and greet them. Akin Fatunke is here. Akin is by training a chartered accountant. And by vocation, he likes to discuss Nigeria. And why not? He's joined by the ebullient Cyril Abaku. I call Cyril a man Friday, you know. Cyril is a broadcaster and a communications expert. I greet you all, gentlemen, for coming.
Thank you, citizen.
Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, kidnapping in Nigeria has become a crazy enterprise in the country, heightening the insecurity situation in my country, your country. So now the Fouani brothers must be Lebanese, have been rescued, and the Lagos State Police Command, through its spokesman, Mr. Hussein, insists they rescued them. This is cheering news, or isn't it? Okay, want to take the lead off?
Yes, I'll take the lead. It won't be cheering from the perspective of Antai and his siblings being released. I think I want to congratulate their chi. If they are listening, let them go and find out what the chi is.
They are God.
They are Ori Inu, like you say in Yoruba, and they are inner God that they have been able to be rescued. In safety, security matters, the first thing is how safe, before we now then begin to interrogate and tell ourselves, and put the mirror to ourselves and tell ourselves the truth. It's a shame.
Okay.
It's getting much more shameful. And this is how the trend starts. My thought is oil and gas. By play, as we say in Wafi, this is how it started. You call it kidnapping, you call it militants, gangarism. In the east of Nigeria, went to the Niger Delta, got back to the east of Nigeria, and then, of course, it's enveloped the northeast, starting northwest, north central, and the southwest.
And today it has blossomed.
The foreboding is not a very neat one. And for effect, Susan Jones, you and I, Cyril, and anybody listening to me will,
and watching.
I'm watching, will not say to Fiakwa, it's not going to be my turn. You don't know who next
Not my portion.
is going to be the turn. It started with, no, we must take our resources back, we must take our country back. I'm hungry, I am this, I am that. And before you could say Robinson before Jack, we now started having informants. Started in the Greeks, escalated to such ways up till the time of Jonathan, when we started talking about amnesty or no amnesty. And then it's taking a life of its own. The way it goes is this. Like armed robbery. If I can do it, yes, if I'm caught, I'm gone.
Okay, may I expand that? Kidnapping, in my opinion, appears to be the new armed robbery. Because you expand...
The enhanced armed robbery. It not only kills the victim, it kills everybody that surrounds the victim, because you are dead psychologically. And,
what I was going to say is, in kidnapping, you don't shoot that much, but you extort the relatives of the victims. You ask for ransom. Okay. You make so much money.
It may be just one swoop. It may be just one shot that will kill a whole village. And so when they started, we thought it was not going to happen again. And then you try it again, and then you try it again, you try it again. The bad news, ladies and gentlemen, is that with the Fouani in Lagos, I'm afraid to say that we're going to have a bit much more, that we are not saying the truth about what happened, unfortunately. Again, so congratulations to the Fouani brothers. I also say congratulations to security agencies who are falling over themselves to say, but they know as much as I know, because many of them know me in my earlier life in oil and gas security. They know that we know that they lie and they lie, and we can go into, unfortunately, sometimes you have to lie yourself. Everybody lies. The housewife lies, the husband lies, the government lies. Except that in this instance, we are talking about the happy side to it, a happy ending to. The happy ending, it becomes happy, as in Jones. On a very serious note, if we, look, what is the lesson we have to learn from this? Why do we have to lie?
Okay.
Why do we have to lie on something that is so glaring?
All right, Akin, we are not quarreling here. Ours is to marshal our points and allow the viewer to make up his or her mind. Cyril, but mine is this. Almost every state, including mine and yours, have criminalized kidnapping. They have made it a capital offense, which attracts the capital punishment. So, but why are we still here? Has it bothered you in any way?
It has. You know, there's a saying I learned from you, which goes, quote, society prepares a crime.
The criminal commits it.
Okay, so for as long as the environment to commit a crime is available, you would have criminals. It's like a free-for-all. When there's a bazaar, there will be attendees. Yes, it's that simple. But to come to the Fouani issue in particular, it's disheartening that this happened in Lagos, because I'm not sure we often hear about kidnappings in Lagos, or at least on this scale in Lagos. And the people that were kidnapped...
No intent at... No pun is intended here. If I remind our brother that kidnapping started from his river state, the Niger Delta, but specifically the river state.
Oh, well, I mean, this is a highly debatable claim, but it's fine. For the purpose of this conversation, we can let it slide.
Fact is sacred.
Yes, I was coming at the point that this is Lagos, okay? West Africa's commercial capital, Nigeria's economic spinal cord, and everything you can think of. And for a long time, we didn't hear about kidnappings in Lagos, at least not on this profile.
Serious, not exactly. No,
well, I know the one that happened at is it Macaulay Birmingham College in Ikorodu?
Well, what do you call when you kidnap at Orunshoki or Third Bridge and then you are taken out? We've had kidnap, but
yes, but this one
we have had expatriates kidnapped
yes.
around Lagos. I mean,
okay.
time will not allow me to.
So this one found its way to the headlines.
Fair enough. It's the latest.
All well and good. And then what we now had was something we had not had before. And what was it? That the family of the victims, the family of those who had been so kidnapped, we are saying, as far as reports went, we are saying that they wanted the police to steer clear, to hands off the matter. Now that's a new one, because I've never seen any place where families normally say they are working with the police, but in this case, the family they didn't have the desire for the optics. They said the police must, in fact, they rejected police help. At the time when the kidnappers had said they wanted $1.5 million US dollars.
Yeah.
And to be frank, the discussions went very smooth, because the next thing we had police say was the policemen said no. The police said they were on top of the matter. They had deployed their men, their best men, to comb the coastal areas, comb the forest, comb the waters. But the kidnap didn't take place in a remote part of town. One version said it was near Falomo. Falomo is, I mean, we all know
a busy environment.
Anybody who doesn't know where Falomo is because that is the marine corridor of Ikoyi. Falomo is like the river. What's the name of this river that it's like that water body in Venice? Okay. Yeah, no. What I mean is, Falomo is not outside of town. Falomo is in the heart of Nigeria's well-heeled neighborhood. Okay. Now that's one. Number two is the fact that the other report said under Third Bridge. Even if it was under Third Bridge, all of these are within conurbations of Nigeria's, that's like saying in the spotlight.
Yeah.
So how did and people who kidnap people like that, the Fouani brothers, let me explain this again. It couldn't just have been random ragtag people who just came together to say, let's go. They must have gathered intelligence. So they knew that these guys are going on for inspection. They knew when they went. They knew when they came back. And being foreigners.
And you could have been, it could have been an insider job.
Now I'm coming. Being foreigners, they would have understood how to work on a psychology, the kind of weapons to carry in case they would have police escort. Okay? So this was a job undertaken by persons who perhaps had training in tactical combat, had capacity to gather intelligence and process intelligence.
Understand the dynamics.
The dynamics of the security, and they must. So they are not like, we say my language, akpapa civilians. They are not ordinary
everyday.
No,
the
they
man
are
on
not.
The street.
They are not. So now it begins to tell you if they say pay $1.5 million, which account will you pay it into? It couldn't have been into the pockets of
ransoms are collected in cash.
Oh, in cash. Okay, it's fine.
And so none of the kidnappers would go to the bank to collect.
But it must be people who have means of dispersing up to a $1.5 million. So where I'm going is this: the police now came to say they had rescued. Who the names was very clear. Rescue. And I'm asking, if I even say collaboration with the Navy, and I'm asking, if you say normally there are there are two words: rescue and released. If you even said released, we would have understood and said, okay, maybe they reached terms with the kidnappers and they released their victims. But if you say rescue, if you one, did all the kidnappers something maybe go for lunch at the same time, and they went and hurried them and took them away? Or was there a gunfight?
Or in an extreme case, did they voluntarily turn them in?
No, which will be released now. Was there if there was a gunfight, was there a casualty? Look, in Rivers State, when they went to catch, what's that guy's name? In order, Two-Face.
Okay.
There was a notorious guy called Two-Face in order when they were in Rivers State. When the police found that the man was locked in the place in a stronghold, you know what the police did? Before they launched the attack, I think they called in the Air Force. The commissioner said they had to call in the Air Force to come and soften the to bombard, yes, and some target. Then I think the guy came out and started running. That's why police now went in.
Yeah, they call it strafing.
Strafing, yes.
Yeah.
So the police now went in after the Air Force are coming to lighten the target. Something like that. So that is the point. You see what police, and there was a body count. You can check. People died. If you say you rescue, that's why the family said, leave us alone. We don't need a rescue. Or your help. Now see, so they went. No record of gunfight. No whatever. It's like they came to a roundtable discussion with the terrorists. So yeah, give them to us and be on your way.
All right. Aki, in criminology, it is said, when you eliminate the impossible, whatever is left, however improbable, must be the truth. So we are trying to remove the impossibles in this thing. You remember a gentleman kidnapper, Onwamadike, not too long ago. Evans. You remember his case?
Very well.
Evans never asked for naira. He asked for hard currency.
Always.
Have I eliminated anything here?
I made an opener here. And Cyril's response also starts to set me thinking, maybe harder. And as much as I don't want to stand and defend the police or security forces, we must face brass tacks in our country. Cyril, what you are prescribing or what you expected to see, what I expected to see, we don't have them. Security intelligence, surveillance. Nigeria is paying, I don't know if you're aware, Nigeria is beginning to pay interest on loans that we obtained to put CCTV cameras that are not installed in the first place. So
do we ask questions?
We are in dire straits, and it's the reason why the catchword is security is everybody's business. I want the Fouani brothers, hopefully when they regain better consciousness, they will have one or two things to say. You mentioned it in passing. There must have been an insider. Says who not? Yes, there must have been an insider. And one of the things that we are told, when you are discussing dollars, when you're discussing supplies and stuff like that, and you have all your office people surrounding, and they know something has arrived and all that kind of thing, you have exposed yourself. Very much akin to the security advisory we get, that when you are going to go for parties, be very careful, don't adorn don't do some of those things in the glare. I am very sure, again, to defend the police, you made a statement, you said Falomo is the epicenter here and there for wise kidnappers. The one that happened on Ozumba, by the way, you call them armed robbers, and they came shooting. The trajectory they went, if they are smart, they will make diversion. And by the time they make diversion, they know some people might be waiting for them. They are intelligence. And those intelligence might even be part of the security outfits. Now, Citizen Jones, we don't have security. We do not have security.
Unfortunately.
And I repeat for the third time, we do not have security. Security starts with trust. Cyril came out and made this statement, which we should verify, and I don't have any reason why I should doubt. And they were telling the police, please don't be part of it. It's not the first time we are hearing that. It's not the first time, because every other time something like that happened, then you say that we went to rescue. And I want to make a light of this just slightly. Cyril, you say you don't believe that the police went to rescue. What I heard needs to be verified is that the Fouani brothers, after come has become, like Umbadi will have put it,
Come has come to become.
were dumped somewhere in a local government in Etiosa. If you saw the video, the three brothers were smoking cigarette naturally. So while they were in, we call it custody or incarceration or whatever
Captivity.
it is. Oh, of course, discussions were going, and when some other things were going on there, what exactly do you want? Do you want cigarettes and all that kind of thing? You go and get those cigarettes for them. Somebody at Etiosa was now making a statement. How did you people get here? They were looking at them. And then there was a discussion. Should we turn them to the police? Should we give them food immediately? Should we do this? Should we do that? And then one gentleman said, we are not going to give anything, because by the time we give something now, they will come for us and say we are the first set of of suspects. Citizen Jones, because we don't have police and we don't have we don't have security.
We have a police.
We don't have security in the strict.
If the police
in
is
stricto sensu, we do not have security.
meeting our yearnings.
Our security are not well equipped, are not well trained. They are part and parcel of us. There's a lot of corruption in that angle. We cannot therefore be expecting them
but you know,
to
if
secure
if the police want to get at the root of anything, they can crack it.
Let me even come in here.
They can crack it.
They could easily do it. They could easily do it. The story we had again was that these guys were about to board the ferry, I think from the island of Apapa also.
No, from Apapa. I mean, their office, the Fouani offices in Apapa around
Christophe. Arguably, this is like the busiest or signature route for marine transport in Lagos. Now, it is unthinkable even to me that bridges like Faloma and Terminal wouldn't have security cameras fitted to them. Now, if this is the busiest sea route in Lagos, you ask yourself, there was no mechanism for somebody to quickly say, there's been a kidnap, you call a police hotline, for them to give them a chase on the waterways. What if you can't do that? Why are you police?
Why are you going to get the police? The ones that are following VIPs, the ones that are carrying handbags for
I don't know. But we need to properly.
Cyril. So I don't want to live here and give the impression that this can only happen in our waterways. It can happen on a highway.
I agree with you. I was trying
to make a statement that is that security. May I ask you this question? I believe we have resuscitated railway.
Well, partially maybe.
At least we see trains going up and down.
Seriously, there's nothing partial about that. Railway is attempting to come back.
Now, when I was younger, for each of where the rail meets the road, you have gates that tell you this is coming here and there. In Lagos, the center of
excellence.
Do you have rail gates? No, you don't have them. Tells you that we have so much debased that we do not even care for some of these things. You just made a statement that when the Fouani brothers, okay, I agreed, when the Fouani brothers mounted, that somebody should be able to blow a whistle. Do they have walkie-talkies? Do they have working equipment? Do they have drones? Do they have, back in the day, what you can call a helicopter that should be hovering? Do we have a helicopter that is hovering around top mainland bridge as we speak right now?
Let's up it, Akin. Can't we deploy drones at a time like this?
We should be able to deploy, but those who are ruling us are not leading.
All right.
Not putting that as a focus of priority.
All right.
So we have been bound to the Philistines.
Akin, your diffidence, I don't share. Diffidence in the security engagement in this country. It can be done. It can, but whether
are we doing it?
As I said,
I'm talking of we are not doing it.
Many states. I don't know about your Ogun State. My state, Akwa Ibom, and Cyril's River State have criminalized kidnapping, which is saying anybody who wants to go into kidnapping must be ready for the odds.
Because we have the hand of Esau and the voice of Jacob and the hand. Look, it's all intertwined.
Akin, you cannot.
Our
you cannot.
Our security situation in Nigeria is parlous, and that is the truth. Putting it mildly, all over.
Akin, but you know, we must go. The debate cannot end here. Ours is to provoke the debate. So the debate, let it continue from your part of town.
Yes.
But Akin, let me thank you and underscore the news that the Fouani brothers have been rescued, thanks to the police working in concert with the Navy. So that's the news.
Like the comments, one comment another.
Well, let me thank you, Akin Fatunke, for coming.
You are welcome, Citizen Jones. I'm happy to be here. Always happy to be here.
Homo Politicus is very happy to host you anytime.
Anytime. Let's fix our security problems, because I don't know whether I'm going to be the next victim.
We can. Yes, we can. Cyril Abako, many thanks for your time.
My pleasure, Citizen Jones.
Yeah, dear viewer, we must go. Time is the master here. And until the next time, this is yours sincerely, Citizen Jones Hussein, saying bye-bye now. Thank you.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.